Hello guys and welcome back to another class of our course about the complete introduction to Chatgpt. So in this class we are going to talk about some other applications that you guys can use Chatgpt for. So pretty simple. In the past few classes we had, we talked about writing articles, writing ads, writing various posts, writing emails and other things like that. Today I want to talk about Chatgpt. For an application that is pretty useful, especially if you guys work in the coding industry, all right? What exactly we're gonna do today is pretty simple. We are going to generate code with Chatgpt. Once again, I'm not gonna ask it to write down complex codes. I just wanna create some basic things. Then we're gonna create it in Python. Then we're going to translate it into Java. And then we're going to translate it into C++. So you'll be able to see what it all looks like, all right? So pretty simple. Can you write me a code in Python that, what exactly this code does? That responds, so something simple. Hello when I say hi, and responds no answer when I say anything else. So it's gonna be a pretty simple code. So it will use probably the if function, and you'll see it's gonna be pretty simple. So we're gonna ask him to write it down in Python, see what it looks like. All right. So first of all, the user will enter its input here. So basically, the input will simply be hi. Then, if the input that I have entered right there is equal to what is equal to say, when I say, oh yeah, I did a mistake. When I say, it's not hi, when I say. So yeah, when I say, it will return hello. Otherwise, else, it will print no answer. So this program will continue to run until you stop it. And it will ask the user to enter a command each time the loop. If the user enters say, it will print hello. If the user enters any other input, it will print no answer. So as you can see, it has created this simple program. Now let's correct this mistake. Can you rewrite the code and replace say by hi? So now I'm just correcting my mistake. So once again, it enters, we enter the command, so we say hello or hi or whatever we want to say. So if the answer is equal to user input, which is here, if this variable is equal to hi, so double equal sign means it's the same thing as hi, it will return hello. So it will return hello. Otherwise, it will return no answer, and it will run to the infinity. So it will run forever. So until I have entered hello. Until I have entered hi, sorry. So as you can see, it writes down simple codes. You can write down more complex codes. If you guys want to try it out with more complex codes, I highly suggest you to do it. You can then test it. For people who don't know how it works, so let's just ask Chatgpt how we can use this code. How can you write me a tutorial for how to run this code? I am a beginner. There we go. So right now you guys have the code. It will also write you a tutorial on how to use it. So if you guys don't know how to code at all, this thing will simply help you, well, use it. So open a text editor or Python development environment. So PyCharm will be the most popular. So if you check out my other courses, you'll see that I mostly use PyCharm. So type the code above into the editor. Make sure it includes while true line. All right, so it has to include the if statements. And then you simply, yeah, so this is just to save it, open the terminal or command prompt Windows. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, then it will ask you to open up the terminal on your Windows and then you simply run it. And yeah, that's it. Pretty simple. And you just write down hi and press enter and then it will return hello. If you enter anything else than hi, it will simply give you no answer as a response. Can you translate me this code into, let's say, Java? There we go. So what exactly I asked Chatgpt to do? It will translate this code that is in Python right now to Java, all right? All right, so here, as you can see, it says, yeah, system out. So you enter your command here. So if you say hello, once again, we have our if and else statement. So it's pretty much like Python here. It's just a little bit different. All right, so hello. So if the user input, it's hi, then the system will answer us hello. Otherwise, with the else, so otherwise, the system will simply give us no answer. And it's gonna continue until the infinity, until we enter hi. All right. So I can do this with any programming language as well. So here I did it with Python, I did it with Java. I can ask the system to print it in C++. I can ask, well, pretty much any programming language that I want to print it in. So as you can see, pretty simple to use. Once again, if you have programmers in your team that you want to take off of your team, well, you can program with this app. It's a joke, of course. You need to understand coding to use the code that it gives you, because once again, to be able to, well, to run a code and understand where are the mistakes, or if you want to fix something, I need to understand the logic behind coding. But of course, it makes coding way easier, because now you don't necessarily need to write down the whole code yourself. You just need to understand the logic behind coding, so the basics. And then you can simply ask Chatgpt to write you down a code, and you will be able to check out by yourself if there are some things that you want to modify. But you don't necessarily need to do the coding by yourself. You can just ask Chatgpt to do it for you, which is really amazing. Well, in my opinion, of course, it's really amazing. So if you want, you guys can run, well, if you want, you can run this code. If you want, you can ask him to make more complex codes. Once again, if you don't know how to run a code, you simply ask him to write down a tutorial for you, and it will explain you step by step how you can run your own code. If you guys, for example, let me show you real quick how you can correct a code. Can you correct this code for me? 2 points. So I'd say instead of having hello here, we're gonna have hello without the, well, those little parentheses. So if we don't have those parentheses, it's simply not going to work, because to have text, we need to, well, to write down text, or to generate text, we need to write down those little parentheses right there. So we're gonna make this mistake intentionally, and we're simply going to ask, well, to ask Chatgpt to correct it. This code for me, and tell me where is the mistake. All right, what else we can take out? So we're gonna take out the hi right there. Good. And I'm gonna also take is high. All right, good. So we did two intentional mistakes. Let's run the code and see what it looks like. So here we need those little parentheses to be able to print hello. And here we did the same thing for hi. So let's run it. You see? So you are missing a column. So it's not a parenthesis, it's called a column. And the single quotes. So here we go. It will simply write us down the code that is corrected. So once again, I did this with a simple code, which is right here. If you guys want to do it with a more complex code, I highly suggest you to try it out and to see how it will be printed. So pretty sure it's gonna go really well. So that's it for this class, guys, and see you all in our next class.